One Allrecipes member comments that this recipe for authentic Louisiana red beans and rice has authentic Cajun flavor. I grew up in Louisiana and love red beans and rice. These are just like I remember. Served with Tabasco sauce for a little kick. My family loved to splash a little cider vinegar in each bowl. In a strainer, pick through a pound of dry red kidney beans to discard any broken or discolored beans. Keep an eye out for tiny rocks that sometimes find their way into the bag too. Thoroughly rinse them. Cover the beans with water and soak them overnight. Once the beans have soaked overnight, you're ready to get started. There's a bit of chopping in this recipe, so let's get that prepped. First, chop 1 large onion. Then, core and chop 1 large green bell pepper. Chop 2 large stalks of celery. Finally, mash and chop 3 or 4 cloves of garlic, enough for 2 generous tablespoons. Pour 1/4 cup of olive oil into a large skillet and heat the oil over medium heat. Add the onion, the green pepper, the celery, and the garlic into the skillet. Cook and stir for 3 to 4 minutes. And then turn off the heat and set the skillet aside. Rinse the soaking water off the beans and transfer them to a large pot. Cover them with 6 cups of water. Stir the cooked vegetables into the beans. Season with 2 bay leaves, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of dried sage, 1 tablespoon of dried parsley, and 1 teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. Now, bring the seasoned beans to a boil, and then reduce the heat to medium-low. Simmer them, partially covered, for 2.5 hours. While the beans are simmering, slice 1 pound of andouille sausage into 1/4-inch thick slices. Andouille sausage is a spicy, heavily smoked sausage famous in Louisiana and used frequently in Cajun cooking. At the 2.5-hour mark, stir the sausage into the beans. Recover and continue cooking for another 30 minutes. While the beans finish cooking, we'll prepare the rice. Combine 4 cups of water and 2 cups of long grain rice in a saucepan. Bring the water to a boil, reduce the heat, Cover and simmer for another 20 minutes. By the time the rice is done, the beans will be ready. Serve the beans over a mound of rice. One Allrecipes member, Cassandra, says, Cajun country reviewer here, to say this is about as authentic as it gets, though technically a Cajun home cook doesn't use recipes or measurements.